Hello everyone and welcome to the next go-kart video. Next is possibly not correct because this race is from summertime. To overcome winter, I thought let's upload a race I had on June 30th, sorry. And for most of you from Germany, this should be an unfamiliar place as much as it is for me being at the front of the pack. Well, let's skip ahead to the qualifying first. So here we go. We are here at the Buckmore Park, better known as the home of British karting. In terms or because of my grand tour through Western Europe. There you go, the first guys are overtaking me already. I thought, why don't I take part in a go-kart race which is in a completely different area where I do not know anybody and just trying something different, something new. So I thought let's go for the normal Buckmore. Oh crap, okay, my cam flew away. Luckily enough I caught it with my hand because this GoPro cam is rendered because this GoPro cam is rent, so if somebody smashes it, it's gonna be very expensive for me. Yep, so I get to the pits to mount it back.
Mounted it on this thing, but it fell off in my hand. How can I mount it correctly?
And now it's back. Unfortunately, it was not allowed to have your cam on your head, so you had to mount it on the car. That's why the view is pretty unique and shaky. But you know what? The qualifying is pretty boring because I basically learned the track from scrap. I've never driven on that. I just watched a WTF1 video from the 24 hours race, I guess. So let's skip ahead to the race. And here we are, starting from, in overall, 25th place. One thing is to mention there are two categories driving. The first is the pro drivers. There are 12 on the track, and the rest is just Club C level, which is for the amateurs and for the one-timers. There is one spin in turn 3, and of course I'm in a Club C level because it's just the only time for me to participate in a race, and the pro guys are basically fighting for the championship. So if they're behind you trying to lap you, it's better not to get in their ways. But the start was pretty good, I think. It's now the first lap, obviously. Now just looking for a gap to maybe to capitalize from a mistake. There you go. For example, like this one. But I would say, because it's now the second lap, let's have a look at the track. So Conway's Henry's, those two, first two corners. Now a hairpin, a good spot to overtake. The next hairpin is right here, a double apex more or less. Now we go towards Quick S, which I had some struggles with, but this is the most fun part because it goes downhill. You really feel how the go-kart is pushing towards the front, and a very tricky section because it followed by a very quick direction change for the next corner. Now actually we're back on a start-finish straight, so extremely cool racetrack for go-karting, and it made a lot of fun. Especially here, you cannot really use the white stripe because there is some stones which let your car really rattle heavily, and which is not only uncomfortable but also it costs a lot of time because the car gets upset. So it's not a good idea to use a red stripe. Now the S corner again here, you can do it flat out, but you will run right here, so it's better maybe not to. Late apex, maximizing the curb which is very easy to extend the track limits, and the stewards are very precise with that. So if necessary, they will warn you, and if you keep doing this, they might penalize you. You can see it on the board, black flag for car number, I don't know, definitely not mine. I am on cart number 13. I'm behind the driver on car 21. I have a list in front of me. This is Luke Hills. Don't know this guy, but he seems to be good because he's in front of me. So yeah, just having finding your rhythm. I think I made up some places from the start, not only the spinning guys, but I think overall. And now just trying to do this, to do the best you can. Still learning the track, still trying to extend the track as much as possible for a better apex, for a better run in into the corner. So yep, car number 27 got a warning, and yeah, actually really enjoyed it. So here's one more spinning guy, another place I picked up. Still trying to find the right line. I mean, the qualifying was only 10 minutes, and I think 1 minute of it I spent in a pits to mod my cam. So yeah, not really easy to get it right, you know. But I'm amazed that I'm really able to keep up with those guys, because I don't know who they are. Maybe they're doing it for the first time. Judging from the driver in cart number 21, who is now ahead, the way he distributes his body weight into the corners, he's definitely not. Oh, that was close. That was close. But now he's pushing me wide, which is not fair, considering that he should have known that I'm there. But you know, it's okay. Number 8 was, I don't know, where is my list? Remunus Serkauskas. Okay. As I said, I don't know any names, I don't know anybody of them. Now car number 29 is in front, so now I'm losing out. Yeah, I knew that I will not win this race, so for me it was just about having fun, and qualifying 25th overall out of 32, which also means that I'm 13th out of the club drivers, so the one-timers, let's call it Class B. So 13th out of 20 Class B drivers. I think it's pretty good. I was happy with that. Of course, I would like to be in the top 10, as I always do, but considering that I've never been to this track ever before and just had 9 or 10 minutes to learn it, I think it's pretty impressive. So now just trying to still maximizing the track, keep learning it, and maybe finding a better line through there. Now the guys are gone, especially car number 21. I spent some laps behind with. So I think these 2 corners I did not really completely right. Now apparently I'm going on defending line. Yes, I do. Again, they should. I mean, that if you try to crossway the guy you're fighting with and forcing him on the outside at the exit of the corner, you should leave him some space. Because again, I was on a ran by, but still, I don't think I got a warning for that. You should at least one car width. Doesn't matter whether you're in Formula 1 or just in karting. You should give the guy some space to breathe. So I wasn't really happy with that, but on the other side, that's how it is, actually. Everyone tries to do as good as possible, but the bottom line is I was definitely too slow. So that's why I had to fight with him. I don't even think that trying to defend your position is the right strategy to be successful in this race. So yeah, maybe I should have just let him go and hoping for a mistake, I don't know. But yeah, this is what I miss actually in Bassum, where I've been driving for 5 years now, just up and downhill. Just look at the track, you know. The start finish straight is even. There is no elevation change. Turn 3, neither 2. There's one guy running wide. Okay. Now I see again my chance to capitalize, but now he screws up this corner. Try it from the outside, but no. But there you see elevation change. It goes downhill, and that pretty much, especially. Oh, yeah, the cart was not the best either. There you go. Just a lunge in, and hey, I overtook another car driver on a track I've never driven before in Great Britain. Just realize it, okay? For me, it's a big deal. I mean, I just saw the gap and just went for it. So, you know, it was cool for me. It was a big deal because I had no clue where could I end up. So I was basically hoping for around midfield or the lower third of the field, but I was definitely sure that I'm not gonna be dead last. So, you know, fighting in the midfield, actually I have no clue on which position I am. What I know is that I finished on 13th place out of clubs. So I think in overall, yes, my list says 25th overall. So I kept my position. I qualified in, and that's huge. As I said, nobody knows me. I do not know anybody from them, and that's why it was so difficult to judge where you can finish up. You know, how quick you are, how quick the others are, and so on. So that's really huge. Now into the quick S. There's one guy on our left side. Now I thought they did it to me twice, so now I do it too. Just going for the normal racing line and aiming for the wide line and simply ignoring the fact that the guy is right next to me. I mean, if this is normal, why shouldn't I do this too? Still, to me it's not right, because as I said, I know that the guy is there, so I have to give him some space to breathe and simply acknowledge that he's there, you know. And I don't know what those guys did, but now get me anyway. So yep, car number 6. I don't even. Oh, there's this Fraser Brunton. He is on P2 of the pros. There you go. I'm not sure whether it was him or not, but now I think the race is over. I'm sorry, of course. I didn't want to fuck him over, but you know, the difficulty in those races where you have two classes. I think this is another one, car number 7. Yeah, the higher upper position is car number 28, Lee Byford. However, no, the race is not over yet. Those guys, I think there definitely are. Yeah, number 10 and number 4. Oh, just imagine if I just crashed into him. 11. Yeah, I guess so. So, you know, that's the difficulty, having two classes in a race. Just like the LMP1 cars and the almost crashed into the wall LMP cars and the GT3 cars. It's so difficult to to judge which car is on which class, especially if they look all the same, which is not the case with LMP1 cars, obviously, but you get the point, you know. Yeah, so keep on going with that race. I think I should be on P25 now, and it's also the first time for me with so many cars. Oh, that was... I didn't see him at all. I didn't see him at all. I had to avoid over the grass. Oh man. So, oh yeah, what I wanted to say? Oh crap, I forgot. Yeah, anyway. Just enjoying it. I don't remember that I felt so many rattles, so many vibrations on my body than at this race. It's not only because the racetrack is bumpy itself. No, it isn't actually, but all the curbings and so on. And of course, if you try to extend your line into turn 1, of course it's getting shaky. Now car number 23 is... Who's that? Luke Hills on... Yeah, finished on P21 in overall. He's another Club C driver, so second class. That doesn't mean that I'm 22nd or currently. I mean, how many places should have I gained at the start to be 22nd now? Because I'm falling down more and more, you know. So, well, I don't know actually. To be honest, I didn't even look at the screens because I was so focused on trying to find a perfect line for these two corners. And although they don't seem to be that hard to get right, I kind of struggled with it because... Oh, car number 2, another pro driver. I don't know why I struggled with that, with those two first corners. Actually, they're pretty simple, but I don't know, maybe... I mean, the car was not the best too. You just can see it in those chicanes. The rear end is just slipping away every time at every single corner. So basically, I was driving a drift car. Please don't get me wrong. I don't want to say that the car has the fault for my bad result or my bad lap timing or something. You know, of course it's me, but my point is just that I never had the confidence throughout the entire race in the car. I just didn't trust it because I wasn't really sure what it's doing the next. Sometimes it's understeering, sometimes it's oversteering. It's just so difficult to get it right, you know, to understand it. Now I start to use the right stripe for actually the penultimate corner, because this quick chicane is actually the last one. 28 and 12, that's not for me. And yeah, just keeping your position now I'm getting a bit more confidence, at least on the braking, to, you know, extend the racetrack. Number 18, Igor Corbeau. Oh no, it's the wrong name. Oh no, it's right. He's on P6, so also lapping. I think this race should go 20 minutes. Oh, that was a good lunch. He's on a mission, that dude. So I also try to have a look at other drivers. So he almost used the complete width of the right stripe for turn 1. That's what I was trying to, but kind of, I don't... Oh, there you hear it. but I didn't kind of really get it right. So I was experimenting with that corner, with a double apex. Maybe it's better to kiss both ones and just maximizing the curb, which is, I think, not a good idea in the wet. So still, I was really experimenting. I was learning. I was trying to learn the track, and trying to find the right line, the right way for myself. And yeah, actually, to be honest, there is not much to say. I will talk you through the entire event. Another lapping guy, Ryan Horton. So he is kissing both apexes and maximizing the curb. So that's what I did in a lap prior. But there you see the car just slides away from the rear end. Although I'm and here we go. I think my first and only spin. And I think that's how I finished up 25th. Possibly I lost some places here. That possibly might make some sense. But that's what I mean. The rear end was so slippery. Afterwards, after the first race, one guy asked me, I don't know, I just talked with him, had a little chat with him, and he asked me, which place did you finish and how was your car and so on. I was like, the car is a bitch, because you try to steer as smooth as possible, but still, whenever there's a slight corner, your rear end just slides away, and you have to correct, even in turn 5 and 6. In how does it called? There is no name to it, but before the Sime sweep, which is the chicane we just exited with a elevation change. So it was fun, but at the same time kind of frustrating, because you try to find a lap. Here you go. You try to kind of keep it stable, but you cannot, because it's just sliding away. It doesn't matter what you do. It was just difficult for me to get the confidence. That is why I struggled with it. So last lap, car number 9 I think is ahead of us, which is Connor Ambrose, and he's on P14. So the best club guy is Ramonas Sarkauskas on car number 8. He finished up on P9. No. Igor Corbeau on P6 is the best club guy. Much respect to be in the middle of the pack of the pro drivers as a club man. So it's really, that's cool. But I am finishing on P25 in overall ranking, meaning that I'm 13th out of the Clubmans. And yeah, as I said, I'm extremely happy with that. So, well, let's skip the in lap and go for the second run. And here's the starting grid. Now I'm looking for my car to get in. Hello, mate. And there it is, car number 12. So from 13 to 12, again a standing start. Right now, away we go, lights are out. So again, starting from P25, no reverse grid. One guy just passed me. I think from that on, oh, that was close. That was really close. Now lunging for the inside for the hairpin, defending the line into turn 4, and I think car number 18 is now right next to me. And there I see so much better, stability in that car, because it's not oversteering in those corners. which is definitely helping for me. Alfie Witten in current number 3 is ahead, or was ahead, no, is ahead. So 2 guys had a little bit of a scrap, and I picked up their place. And here we go, first lap is done with a car that just gave me so much more confidence than car number 13 has ever given to me. And it's just the first lap, so, you know, just keep it flat out and try to do as good as possible. Keep learning the track, keeping an eye on the guys in front, what are they doing, how do they attack the corners. But this section, I really love it. It goes downhill. Wow, that was a good lunge. John Quiseno. Yeah, it just, you know, going downhill, you really feel how the entire weight of the go-kart is just pushed in front, and you accelerate even more. Although you want to decelerate the car because you have to prepare it for the next one. Now this is a bit close here. Somehow I'm taking a way wider line, which definitely cost a lot of time, I think. The launch bag is not possible, unfortunately. So again, two more places lost. But now they have a good fight through this section. As I said, you have to take this curb completely full. Oh, there you go, my first cut. So they're still fighting. Now I'm looking for a gap. Just looking for a gap, looking for a position to put my nose in. No. But he also keeps struggling, apparently. No, now I ran wide, which is pretty much matching with what I said a lap prior, that I'm taking too wide line on the exit, which, you know, obviously costs a lot of time because you're traveling a way longer way than you should do. But again, here attacking the curb, just aiming for the outside and for a late apex for the next corner. The same here, just kissing the curb slightly because it's not a bump, but it's going slightly uphill on the apex, which makes your car very light. Car number 12, here's my first warning. And especially with that little elevation change in that corner, if you attack the curb too much, the car possibly lose the contact to the ground and you spin off. So that's definitely something to avoid, and that's why I didn't attack the curb as much as I do the other ones, like this one, or especially like this one. So, well, keep enjoying it. The sun is slightly, it's not going down, but it's pretty low, and yeah, that was a bit in my way. So I wasn't really, especially in from the, you know, penultimate corner, it just blended me, and it was difficult to see the next corner. And if you run wide, there's a very high curb, which you feel every bit of your body again. You know, I just shook myself. Unfortunately, you cannot see this. I hope my voice was reflecting it as good as possible, but you know what I mean. If you go over, if you're driving by bike on railways, then you know what I mean. And this corner, I mean, it's so high and so painful at some stage, you know. I did it. I think I did it in qualifying twice, and You don't want to do that. So count number 8, Lee Bifford. The first attempt, I can. Okay, now I can't. Good exit, mate. Don't know how he did it, but he took so much more speed out of the corner. Okay, I think it looks closer than it is. But yeah, you didn't hit the curb this time. So now I'm a bit closer because he took a longer line. Trying to get his slipstream, but he's pulling away. Now how is he attacking those two corners? Now he's running very, very wide. 2 and 3, he runs wide too. Actually, he took my line, I guess. I just think that I turned in too early for a 2 and 3. That's why I'm having the long exit line instead of trying to aim for a late apex. To prepare your car for the next corner, to just stay on the right hand side on the track and being on the outside for the next turn. Oh, just trying to take a different line through that corner. But it didn't work out. He moves away again, so he got more speed out of the last corner. And there is another guy. Lloyd Pooley on car number 18, but he took a longer line too, so apparently he didn't want my place. But I saw that, Lee was pretty much on my pace. He was a bit quicker, yes, you can see it, but my mind works a bit differently when I see that there is somebody you've been sharing the same pace more or less. So now I'm trying for this corner, taking even wider line through that, and I think that is why I got some corner cutting warnings. Not this time, okay. 28, this was not me. And for car contact, by the way. So you can see that he's not really pulling away. He is quicker, yes, but he's not pulling away, and that's why, as I said, my mind works completely different, because now I'm just looking at that guy, not literally, I'm just looking at the gap and what he's doing. It's because he overtook me because he's faster, but he cannot pull away, meaning that we're at the same pace, and that I want his place back, to make it short. So that is why I'm pushing now. Here's a warning for car number 4. Okay, it's in for me. Warning contact. Okay. This is what I like, actually. This is what I wish for Bassum or for different German tracks. Just having a screen system. If there is a warning, instead of pointing at the guy or just pointing at him and showing his number, just having a screen at the start finish line, and signalize to the driver that he's been warned, or if there's a yellow flag, that all screens get yellow. It's very, very effective. I think in Germany I saw this system only once, and it was in Essen at the indoor track. I don't want to say that almost anybody has got this. I just didn't experience that so far beside the track in Essen. So maybe it's only something affordable for big go-kart tracks, for those who are for those car tracks on which big races going on, like championships for national championship and so on. You know what I mean? And maybe it's not really worth, and maybe too high price for kind of system like this. for a small kart track like it is in Bassum, where it's just pretty regional. And there's the next warning for me. Pretty regional, and don't get too many visitors from different places. At the meantime, I'm so close to Lee now. Try to have a lunch there. He's wasn't close enough. So this is what I mean. My mind has changed, and now I'm only focusing on that guy. And you can see how am I hunting him down. I'm not really hunting him down, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely too slow for that, but he's not quick enough too, so this helps me. So I'm trying to do everything I can. I think from that on, at that moment, I again the next one. So I don't know where exactly I am cutting. I guess it's just maximizing the entry into the penultimate corner. I don't know what the name of the corner is. And yeah, this is what I mean, you know? The Garda corner, okay, turn 10, the Garda. Garda is a tricky corner. It's important to turn in late and hold it to the tight hand side on the exit, yes. This is said on the guide, on the track guide. But now the lapping guy just this was Fraser Brunton, currently leading. He didn't help me at all, because now the gap is huge to the guy. Now again, getting closer a bit, but too bad actually. Oh, there's a spin. Okay, somebody spun. Too bad actually, because this could have been really interesting. But you know, no giving up. Keep on pushing for getting that close again. Although it will not be easier now, because now all the lapping guy are coming. 14 and Claren Eves and Dante Dillon, P2 and 3. And now again the gap, although it was my driving mistake, but you know, yeah. Just having fun, because those races are really fun if you're trying to push all the way through, because you have a guy you can compete against who is at the same pace like you, and it doesn't even necessarily have to end in a scrap every single corner. Sometimes it's just better to sit behind and wait, or just overtake him and pull away, to not to give him the chance to try another move. So in those races, you're just flat out all the way through 100% and hoping for something to happen, either whether for you or for him in bad, in something but something bad, that he maybe gets pushed out by a lapping guy and runs wide the corner, or just spins and you pick up his place or something like that, you know. You just keep hoping for it. It's not something unsportive. It's just your ego. It's just your willingness to win or to compete. Now I missed the corner, although late apex. Can't say now whether it was planned or not, but just seemed to be wrong, kind of. But again, just keep pushing. There is one guy, number 3. Where is he? This is Alfie Witten. He ended up 2 places behind. So we keep going. And he was, by the way, 2 laps behind. Oh no, 1 lap behind. Okay. So he was at the same lap. So now I just picked up his place. Okay. But now I should be back on P25 in overall. Meaning that I'm currently 13th of the Clubmans. But I think now it's all gone. It's all gone because now is Lee. Away is Lee. And too bad actually. But I really enjoyed it. Of course, I was disappointed because I was thinking that I could do better, but on the other side, I cannot be too disappointed with that. Once again, I've never been at this track. I've never been in a go-kart track elsewhere than Germany. So I didn't finish plumb last, and that's something positive to build on, don't you think? It's not a good result, yes, but it could have been worse. It could have been better, but it could have been worse as well. So yeah, I can be happy with that, because for me the main point was having fun, enjoying it, and at the same time competing with completely unknown drivers I've never met before, and just put myself into a competition in Great Britain. Beside the costs, I think the race cost I paid £96 for it, or 104 euros. I think the most expensive go-kart race I've ever been to, by the way, only for just an hour of driving or something like that. So that's a lot of money. Another warning for me. So actually it's a lot of money, but to be honest, it was completely worth it for me, because Buckmore Park, home of British karting, meaning Lewis Hamilton, Jenson Button, Lando Norris, Alex Albon certainly, George Russell, John Surtees and his son, all those drivers, Paul Di Resta certainly, I'm not sure, but I think so. All the British drivers, maybe even David Coulthard, had raced here in the past. And those guys are now the big boys in professional motorsports. And I am at the same track as they were. Only for Lewis Hamilton, who made some crazy things at this track. And I am sharing the same piece of tarmac as he did 20 years ago. I mean, this is just, for me, this is just huge. Just a big thing. And I'm really thankful for taking the decision to do it, And also, especially Lando Norris too, from the WTF1 race, which actually brought me up to this idea to give it a try on this track. I watched the stream for the race. I don't know whether it was 24 hours or not, but I remember the race, and I was thinking, wow, that's a fun track. That's really huge. Final lap. And I can certainly agree. This is a really cool track, especially with those elevation changes. And you see that this is a real professional track where also big karts are driving on this track. So thanks a lot for just keeping the track up. There's a picture that Bernie Ecclestone was involved in it, and there you see that this track is supported by all the big names, by all the big guys, because they know that they learned the driving basics on this piece of tarmac. And for me, it's just an honor to share it with them, even though all the years apart, but just sharing it with them and using the chance to to participate in a go-kart race in Great Britain before I leave the country. But if you wanna see this, you can see it on another video. But there's a guy, number 8, Lee Byford. He stays in front of me. So, as anything else happened, I finished on P13 out of 20 at the Clubman's and P25 in overall ranking out of 32. And yeah, there's only one penalty which was given afterwards for one position straight lined to keep position. What I want to say is thank you very much. Thank you very much for Buckmore to just for existing and so on, and just thank you also for watching, for enjoying. I hope you enjoy my my Europe tour, and well, there's another go-kart video to go before we say hello 2020. This will come in a few days later, but for that one, thanks a lot, thank you very much, and goodbye. Stay healthy.